Superman is the first live-action movie in the new DC universe. Balatro, on the other hand, is a poker-inspired deck-building roguelike card game with a number of guest characters. But what if a batch of those guests were Superman characters? Well, let's get gamified. Woohoo! Hey guys, I'm Andrew Robinson of Robinson Pixels. Now, in any card game, first you gotta learn the rules. So what we're gonna do is learn the rules for what defines a Balatro card. Here we go. So this is the back of just what a standard card in the game looks like. It is 69 by 93 pixels tall, but that's not how much space we actually have to work with. So we got the King of Hearts here. You can see there's some space up above his head and to the side, so obviously you would want to work kind of within that border. Now all of the guest characters are face cards, and they also all have this little rectangle here in the back. The space within that rectangle is 33 by 69 pixels, but you still need to think even smaller than that, because these cards are symmetrical. So in reality, you've only got like the top half-ish to work with. All right, now let's get Superman in level 1, the King. I'll be working on this digital sketchbook I've drawn. It just helps me to not have to think so picture perfect all the time when I can more freely draw. Notice I made the card a little bit semi-transparent here, and that's so that I can have it there as a guide without getting too distracted by the colors. Next up, I'll actually draw in Superman. I'm going for that sort of a classic arms folded vibe. I really like this movie, so I want him to look like he's really confident here. I've got his cape flapping out that way so that when it's flipped over, it'll look kinda sorta like an S. Now I'm tracing over my sketch to make an actual outline. Make sure to give him that little smirk there so he does look like a nice guy, because the one in this movie is a very nice guy. Now most of these colors, I'm actually taking them from different sprites in the game. Not all of them, but the majority of them. Once I get into shading the character, he's not gonna have as much contrast as I would normally do, but that's okay. I wanted to honor the style that they were working with. And something else too about the shading, you'll notice their king over here is basically flat. There's not a lot of shade aside from on the neck. The game itself doesn't seem to be too consistent with that. Let me show you. So we've got this Cult of the Lamb character right here, and there's basically no shading at all. This character from Fallout does have some depth to him. You can see there's darker colors here along under his chin and along his torso. And then Shovel Knight is like fully rendered. He's got 4 different colors of blue just on his armor. This is kind of the general rule for this game. Whatever looks good is what they went with. Let's pop over to the final card and see what it looks like. So here's our boy, who I did decide should be the King of Hearts, because I think it fits in theme with the movie. But there's still plenty for us to learn about Balatro's style overall. So let's move on to level 2, the Queen. Obviously, I'm gonna draw Lois Lane here. I thought she was a really good counter to Superman in this movie. They had a good little rapport with each other. Now, I am giving her a cup of coffee right here, but notice the position. You see it's up on the top right? That's because in this game, the vast majority of characters have something going on up in the top right of the image, and this is regardless of whether they're looking left or right or center. So that's what I wanted to do. So while I'll draw her in too, I just wanted to mention that her proportions here are a little more realistic than what I would normally do for a video game style character. Typically they have like a really big head compared to the rest of the body, but this is a little bit more realistic just because you've got so much more space and you're really only doing the torso up. Now this allows you to get more details in, right? Like a necklace here and more of an expression than you would normally be able to do. But there is a big problem with having that extra space, and that is that you have to do a better job with the more difficult components, specifically hands. I complain about hands a lot on this channel just because they're so hard to draw. And with pixel art especially, you don't have a lot of room. So you can see I made a bunch of different copies of the hand with the mug here in all these different forms. And I think that's an important thing to do when you get stuck or you're just testing out different ideas, right? Make different copies so that way if you mess up or you like another version better, you can switch over to it. Something else I wanted to mention is this rectangle in the background is always going to be the darkest part of your image. So you can go as dark as that, or you can go brighter, but you can't go darker because that's not how they do it in the game. Now there is still some more nuance to the Balatro designs, so let's talk about those in level 3, the Jack. I will be drawing in Mr. Terrific here. I had never even heard of him before this movie, but he turned out to be one of my favorite characters. Now, there were a couple of things I wanted to pull off with this character that I hadn't just done yet. One being for the character to be actually facing left with that top right corner still occupied. The other thing I wanted to do was actually make use of the symmetry of the cards themselves. Some of the cards in Balatro have like really clever designs with the way that they're flipped, so I kind of wanted to try my own version of something like that. You see how with Shovel Knight and the Assassin's Creed guy here, how the images are flipped, but elements from both kind of go up across that midpoint. I thought that was pretty cool, so I want to do that with the T-spheres. So that's why I drew one of the T-spheres going directly across that midpoint. I want the top half of the T-sphere here to also be the bottom half of the T-sphere in this angle, but the top half from the other side, right? And of course I threw in a couple more for good measure because he controls a whole bunch at once in the movie. That being said, I'm not a huge fan of the way that the T-spheres themselves kind of blend into that rectangle in the background. I mentioned earlier I can't go darker, so I did have to go lighter, and I think that looks a lot better. And I keep saying that these cards are symmetrical. It's actually 93 pixels in height total. That's an odd number. So that means your center row of pixels has to match left and right. Like it has to be horizontally symmetrical. For this character right here, you can see it's actually this line. This right here is actually part of his T-sphere. That's it on the other side. This is his belt here in the middle. So if I double back, you can see that line is the center of this character. Even in some of the like crazy designs they have in the game where they look like they're diagonal, it's still got one center row going across the way that has to be the same left and right for when the card is flipped upside down. All right, now let's talk about the final round that doesn't have to be centered at all, which is level 4, the Joker. This is the Joker in the game. His name is Jimbo, and he's the host. And the thing about the Joker cards is that they can look like anything. So I designed a Joker card on Krypto. He is an absolute menace, and he is just so much fun to watch. Now, I wanted to portray him as a little menace, so he's gonna be jumping at you, right? Or really like flying at you towards the camera. Now right here, I'll have to mention he is too low on the card. You really want him to look like he's just like coming at you. All right, there we go. So that's better. Just moving him up a little bit was really effective. And also, I've really gotten into these little eye dots on characters when I'm trying to make them look extra cute and cuddly. That's just a really good way to go. You may also notice that I've used 3 different colors on the character. It helps it to look a little more 3D if we have a few more colors to actually work with. Now, when I got to this point, I felt like this Joker text was just in the way and distracting, so I stole the text from a different card that actually has it along the bottom. I feel like that looks a lot better. And then it was just a matter of going through and revising everything and trying to make it look like fur and like the cape was flapping in the background, all that good stuff that really helps to sell it. And also I added in all this stardust. If you make it larger around the outside and have it kind of taper inward, that helps it look like this character is going really fast. Add in some more little fine details, make that nose extra big so he looks a little more adorable. And then I think that's actually all you need to know about how to design a card to look like the ones that they do in Balatro. So now let's take a final look at the hand we've been dealt. Aha! Huh! Ooh. Yay! And that's it! I really love learning pixel art and all the different ways you can do it and applying it in new ways. Most recently, I drew the Super Nintendo World section of Universal Studios Hollywood in the style of Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. There's a lot of supers, but if you want to check that out, check out this video right over here and follow along for more pixel practice. Because I thought it looked good on that square in the rectangle. Something else I wanted to mention in Balatro style is that square. It's not a square.